Sebastian, how are you?
I'm doing great.
New black belt. Yes, congratulations.
Thank you, Professor.
All right, guys, let's go over the submission that we saw from Ryan Spann on Ian Cutelaba over the weekend. That nasty palm-to-palm guillotine. Let's look at how it happened, then we'll look at why it happened, and we'll look at some other options and maybe some defenses too. So, Cutelaba had gotten a lot of takedowns, okay? Spann was in the closed guard and he moved his hips out and he got the feet to the hips. He pushed off and got back up to his feet. Cutelaba throws this big right hand and misses and falls. And immediately, Ryan Spann jumps on him. Let's turn. Right here, okay? From this position, he locked his hands and he started to go with a high elbow guillotine. Carlos, over here for me, please. Okay? Notice the choking arm, the wrist comes up in front of the shoulder. He felt that he could lock this palm-to-palm grip, and from here it was too late. Okay, Cutelaba tried to put his shoulder to the mat. We jump over the top, roll it through, and get the tap really tight, yes?
Very tight.
Okay, so, one more time. So first, an amazing job of Spann multiple times of getting space and then his feet to the hips. Let's actually switch roles here, okay? So, the mistake by Cutelaba. So, once you feel your feet are square, you can't pressure. Because on this pressure, with a big push, it's exactly what happened. And then he came back with this big right hand and misses. So, let's look again of some other options from here. The feet go to the hips. Immediately, look, I have to take one of my legs away. So that now, can you push to get up? No, it's hard. My lead leg is still heavy in. And this would have shut down the whole thing, okay? We can't stay square. Really neither in MMA or in Jiu-Jitsu. Because the person's always gonna be able to make this big push, okay? So, how would he have avoided it? Back step. The hands on the feet, start to peel legs, and this is what keeps a man down. Okay? Let's look at the choking aspect again. The punch came, he missed and fell. And immediately, look, a lot of options with the guillotine now. The number one thing that we have to realize with the guillotine is that the first thing we want to be shooting is this choking hand to get what's called a high risk position, okay? When I obtain this high risk position, it's gonna be very hard for Sebastian to defend, okay? Because he can't get to my hand. The more my hand travels down, the more he's able to peel. So, we obtain the high risk position, and now we start to lock our hands. And we start to just look about what happens to the other hand. Okay? Sebastian's hand. So if he starts to get his arm over my shoulder, okay? Now look, I'm gonna go to what's called the low elbow guillotine and kick the leg over for the choke. If on the shooting of the hand through, he reaches around my waist, where it brings my hand back below the shoulder, I'm gonna lock the hands for an arm-in guillotine. Now here's a key with the arm-in guillotine. Carlos, come around to the other side for me. My head cannot stay here. My head has to travel to the opposite shoulder. So that now when I start to slide through, look, my chin stayed on this shoulder and I lock. You okay, Sebastian? And now the key is this rotation up. And the guillotine that actually ended up happening was he obtained the high risk position. He went for this high elbow guillotine and then switched it to the palms, to the double push. Cutelaba had to jump, we got the leg, and then there's the choke. So, again, great job.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of chokes. Sorry, a lot of chokes. Great job by Ryan Spann. Never when we go over what somebody did incorrectly am I ever trying to put blame or shame on that person. It's just some information so that we all can learn, right? Kutalaba's mistake of pushing forward when 2 feet were on the hips. Don't forget to check out the Seconds Out podcast. My boy and I, Eric Nixick, break all of this down all the time, every week on our podcast. If you're into some leadership, mindset, personal growth type things, go over to my podcast, The Gospel of Fire. And that's it. Again, parabéns a faixa preta.
Thank you.
Guys, we're out.